Om Shri Sai Ram. How are you all doing, my dear friends? It is said, you never get a second chance to make a first great impression. So in this video, I will be sharing the knowledge that I have of the multifarious ways in which you could introduce a topic. If you are interested in knowing what those ways are, continue watching. Knowledge has a beginning but no end. So as teachers, we have to go that extra mile to make sure that our students get interest in the topic that we are going to talk about for at least the next 40 minutes. So make sure that your beginnings are real interesting. So I have some tips for you. The first one, and the simple one, would be to show a picture. See, for example, you see a picture here. Next, you see a picture here. You could show these pictures to the children and ask them what is it that they feel. So when they see the picture of an animal left free and one that is in a zoo or in a cage, they will obviously say what they feel about it, and then you can proceed and start your topic about wildlife or about biosphere reserves. So my dear friends, as I give these different techniques of introducing the subject, I will also be giving you some examples, but obviously you don't have to take the very same examples. You could create your own content. So this was the first tip that I gave you. Use a picture as a means to introduce your topic. The second tip that I have for you, my dear friends, is to play a audio. Okay, let us imagine that you are a biology teacher and you are going to take something about immunity and about even vaccination probably. Then you could have an audio clip of a doctor.
Vaccines are really very important because it reduces risks of getting a disease by working with your body's natural defenses to build protection. When you get a vaccine, your immune system responds.
You could have that 1 minute or 2 minutes of his speech emphasizing about immunity and about vaccination, and that would give a great start, something that the children never expected, isn't it? Though the teacher has full knowledge, this would add a lot of credibility and weightage for the information. So this could be another way you could begin or introduce your topic. Mathematics could be one subject that could be tricky and tough for many students. So when we have to introduce a new concept in maths, probably you could resort to a storyboard. Let me try something now. Suppose you are introducing the concept of place value. There is this story that you could utilize. Okay. So there was once a father who gave his son a stone and told him, go to the market and find the value for it. But he laid a condition. You are not supposed to convey the price of it. You just have to show a sign language, that is, show like this. So let the people who want to buy it, let them quote the price and you find out the price value for this particular stone. So he went to the market, and as his father had told him, he didn't open his mouth, he just showed the stone and he told like this. So somebody in the market told, okay, I'll buy this, it looks really attractive, let me buy it for 200 rupees. Next the father asked the son to take this to the museum and show the same stone and find out the market value of it. So when he went to the museum, the people there again asked him what is it that he wanted, and this boy showed the stone and again told like this. Then they said, okay, we'll buy this stone for 20,000. He came back home and told his father like what had happened. Third instance, his father again sent him to a jewelry shop. So here the boy went and again gave this to the diamond merchant and he told him like this, and the diamond merchant said, yes, it is really a valuable diamond, I can definitely pay 2 lakhs for this. So my dear friends, the stone is the same, the face value is the same, but where you place it actually makes a difference. So you could create your own stories, be creative, and once you've told this story, the child immediately understands what the concept is you're going to talk about, and again it is not a mathematical beginning, right? So the child may develop more interest in the subject. So the third tip that I'm giving you is to introduce your topic for any subject through a imaginative story. Assume you're handling some higher class and probably the subject is economics or commerce. You could start it with a news that featured in a newspaper or in some channel. Let me give you an example. India grows more food, wastes more food, and there are more people who are hungry every day. This was a news that featured in India Today on 2012-2020. So this could be an opening, a credible and powerful opening For a concept, something about food grains or about storage or warehousing. So when we give a news item, the children understand immediately that this subject is correlated to our everyday experience, and they will definitely have interest to know why this problem was caused and what are the methods to resolve it. So my dear friends, go ahead, search the newspapers, search the magazines, listen to the news and have a wonderful and apt beginning for your topics. Let us assume that you are a language teacher now, and you could start it with an activity. So this is one poem that I read in my lower class, and I remember it is Paper Boats by Rabindranath Tagore. So you could begin your class not by teaching the poem, but asking all the students to keep a paper ready, and all of you together could make paper boats. You could ask your children to write any one word that they associate with it, probably fun or rainy day or family get together, my time with friends, anything like that. Then you can go on to teach what Rabindranath Tagore felt when he left these paper boats in the puddles that had formed after the rain. So beginning your class with a surprise activity, a simple one. It need not be very well planned, which has a lot of procedures, but a simple activity, a surprise activity will take your students by surprise, and they will never forget this experience of having made the paper boat, and they will also remember the poem which Rabindranath Tagore wrote. Yet another wonderful way through which you can start your class is by giving a riddle to kids. If you ask a question, maybe they may not answer, but if you present it in the form of a riddle, I am sure it will arouse the curiosity of your students. So one example could be, it is a non-toxic and non-inflammable gas that is filled in our car tires. What is it? You could just pose a question like that, and when children come up with the answer that it is nitrogen, you could say that the topic for the day is about gaseous state. So this way you also develop some general knowledge. It is a fun way for children, and you have also introduced your topic and caught the attention of your students. So design your riddles and throw them at your students and catch their attention. The final tip that I would like to give you all, my dear friends, is to begin the lesson with a value which is the foundation of our life. Let me give you an example. You could have pictures of stones in the border and have an idol in the middle. You could draw the attention of the children by saying, it is this stone that has got converted into the idol, but the way we treat a stone is totally different from the way we treat an idol. The idol gets a lot of reverence. We worship the idol, but we cast away the stones, isn't it? So you could correlate this to our daily life. You could tell the students that it is very important for us to chisel out our negativity and to make ourselves more concretized towards a goal or objective. It is only then that we will be respected. And that is precisely the reason why we revere all our freedom fighters. So this is another tip that I am giving you to begin your session. Whether you are attending an interview in the college or for a job, whether you are talking to somebody for the first time or making a presentation, my dear friends, it's really very important that we make a lasting impression and not merely the first good impression. And as teachers, it is very important that we catch the attention of the child and make it as a lasting interest in the subject. You could use any of the tips that I have given, or you could create your own ways to attract and capture the attention of the child. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your colleagues, family and friends, and give in the comments below which tip you like the most or the unique ones that you have been practicing. Stay tuned, stay fine. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.